Approaching the top of the hour on this Wednesday on the SportsMax Zone, UEFA Champions League round of 16 second leg action ended a short while ago at the Santiago Bernabeu. Champions Real Madrid with a 5-2 aggregate lead welcomed Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, and we have those highlights.
Backed only by some 1,800 fans, with the stadium still under redevelopment. That scoreline at Anfield. Camavinga has a goal, back off the bar. By Vinicius, Milner, Modric, well, central position. She's had a good chance in that respect already. And here's Darwin Núñez. That's a terrific effort, and it needed the full extent of Courtois' reach. And here is Vinicius Jr. against Alexander-Arnold again, and this time going for goal himself. Milner for Salah, Diogo Jota, and it's another stinging shot. Gakpo this time. We're still working hard as a group, but Benzema nearly gets through. Vinicius, he's missed his kick. Benzema! Well, that should finish off Liverpool.
Alisson beaten. No offside this time. Nice ball in from Camavinga. That's where he got hurt. Benzema, that initial challenge.
Yes, Benzema got between the two centre-backs. Just lost there. Tobias saying, leave it to me. It's a lovely ball, Lucas Vazquez for Rodrigo. Chance for handball. Cleared by... and there is the final whistle. The last act was, in fact, that.
So not unexpected, that result. Not only the Real Madrid win, but of course the Real Madrid advance beyond Liverpool. They had gone with a 3-goal cushion into this home fixture, and a Benzema strike and an assist from Vinicius that didn't look like your normal assist.
Yeah, for sure. What I will say, our team is, Liverpool looked extremely flat today. We know going up against Real Madrid, the task at hand would be a very, very difficult one. But I felt as if, Liverpool, the way they played, as if they came into the match thinking that it was all done before they even got started. And I'm just, drawing that conclusion from the manner in which they played. Real Madrid, of course, very dominant throughout the entire match. They'll be very happy that, Karim Benzema was able to get that goal, put it into the back of the net to ensure that they had already, as I said, they had already separated themselves from Liverpool in the first leg, but just to get that goal to seal the deal in this particular match. Karim Benzema picking up an injury while scoring the goal, so just cause of concern for Real Madrid, because a Real Madrid team with a Karim Benzema being extremely fit is a force to be reckoned with. So now he'll have to get the test done and show that the Big Benz is working fine for the next match.
Yeah. Ricardo, Mariah probably referencing Jurgen Klopp's pre-match comments that there was a 1% chance that Liverpool could have turned the tables and gotten past Real Madrid, and they didn't approach the game with the kind of aggression, ferocity and offensive thrust that you would expect from a team that trailed 3-0 going into the 3-by-3 goals going into the game. Having said that, there were moments that Liverpool looked competitive. That winner didn't come on till 11 minutes to the final whistle. I
don't like how he prefaced the statement with that, because now he gives you the opportunity to say what you always say. I don't like when coaches... Go ahead.
Well, I said it once, and what I was going to say is that I now don't want to restart that conversation about how coaches build up to these big matches and some of the things they say and how that impacts how the team plays. But yes, Jurgen Klopp saying we have a 1% chance. Now, again, it could be that Jurgen Klopp had a completely different conversation with his team in the dressing room. But the moment I see a comment like that, I am thinking to myself, there is a lack of belief in that Liverpool setup. And the truth is, they play that way. I don't know that they played today genuinely believing that they could turn this tie around. And yeah, Real Madrid did what they had to do. What I would say is that this was a professional performance by the Real Madrid team. They knew exactly what needed to be done, and they did exactly that. Camavinga was fantastic, I think, for them. Saw a lot of the ball, 73 touches, 5 of 5 long balls connecting, 10 passes into the final third. He won 4 of 6 duels, 9 ball retrievals. So he had a fantastic game for the Real Madrid team. And yes, they just did what they had to do, a thoroughly professional performance. And now they're on course to win their 15th European Cup title.
Well, there's a reason they are the defending champions for the Champions League, and of course, in preparation for the match, coming up with this stats, only Lionel Messi, he has 27, has scored as many Champions League goals against an English opposition as the Big Bens, and Karim Benzema having 19. 7 of those Benzema goals have come against Liverpool. So it's as if Real Madrid, they found the formula, and Karim Benzema the formula for when they go up against a Liverpool opposition. It's as if they're totally dominant and Liverpool can't catch a break.
Yeah, and this match as well might reignite the conversation about Trent Alexander-Arnold and his current impact and influence on this Liverpool team, but specifically his ability in one-on-one situations. He was dribbled past 6 times in this match. 6 times, which is the most in any Champions League game this season. And that question, clearly, as far as Jurgen Klopp is concerned, he's going to live or die with Trent Alexander-Arnold. But you have to start wondering if it's time that he has to look for another first choice.
Yeah, I just wondered why Liverpool wouldn't have taken some heart from their 3-0 wiping off of the Barcelona lead they had back in 2018-29 to win the return game by 4-0. Yeah, here's Trent Alexander having real problems here, fending off Vinicius coming from the left side.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks completely clueless.
Look at that.
So offensively, he's doing his job okay, but defensively, there are holes in his game.
But one Vinny, I was trying to count the number of Liverpool players. It's as if they were not there.
But it's always been the case, hasn't it, Lance? Yes. He's always been an offensive force, but there have always been questions about his defending, especially in those one-on-one situations. And, well, I guess now he's been shown up more than ever before. And the fact that Liverpool are no longer winning as often as they used to, I guess, magnifies the situation even more.
Yeah, and Vinicius doesn't need encouragement to be taking on flank defenders and getting rid of them, because we've seen him do that efficiently against even better opposition than that. Now, in the match of the other match on the day, Germany's Eintracht Frankfurt sought to overturn a 2-0 deficit as they traveled to the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium to take on runaway Serie A leaders Napoli, and we have those highlights as well.
Napoli get us underway. A real sense of occasion in Naples. Di Lorenzo. Politano. Poured away by Trapp.
The forward pass. That's where he plays, on the shoulder of the centre halves.
Goetze in the middle. He's got a touch to it. So, fair challenge by Zielinski. Kvaratskhelia. He could go all the way. He almost did. Shot was drilled against Trapp's knees. Zielinski. Kvaratskhelia. Out for a corner. Helped on by Lobotka. Politano. Osimhen. Stoppage time at the end of the first half.
Brilliantly adjusts his feet. He's a natural lefty, but adjusts his feet to cross with his right boot to pick out Osimhen. And in that sort of space, He is deadly. That is a brilliant header.
Di Lorenzo. Kvaratskhelia. Politano. Di Lorenzo.
He's damaged that left bridge, which is the only worry after, again, a massive contribution from the centre forward.
Brilliantly worked again by Napoli. Kvaratskhelia. Chested on by Di Lorenzo. Zielinski goes down, that's a penalty. It's Zielinski, straight down the middle.
He just waits just that second, and as Trapp throws himself away to the right-hand side, strokes it down the middle.
Napoli on their way into the quarter-finals.
Yeah, they lead Serie A by 18 points, this Napoli team, and playing with a lot of swag, not only domestically, but as we saw there, efficient in this second leg victory. Remember, they had won in Germany 2-0 and were even more emphatic here with this home win. Napoli looking very, very solid, Moran, Ricardo.
Right, so they came into this with an advantage. We already know the task ahead for Eintracht Frankfurt would be a very, very difficult one. The moment Victor Osimhen got that first goal, you know, you could see the momentum building in the team. You know, it's as if, similar to what happened with Real Madrid, you come into the game with a big advantage, then you score this goal, you separate yourself completely. Now it's as if the other team loses confidence and they can't find themselves back.
Yeah, big day for Napoli. First time qualifying for the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals, but a big day for Italian football as well, with Napoli, Inter and Milan all in the last 8. I think it's the first time since the 2005-2006 season that we're seeing 3 Italian teams in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So that's really good for Italian football at this stage. And what can we say about that man, Osimhen? Another brilliant game, 2 goals here. Was used sparingly in the first round of the Champions League, the group stages of the Champions League, but he's really come to life. 23 goals in all competitions for them this season, and he's just been an absolute standout. Has said in recent times that his dream is to play in the English league. Judging by what has happened with top Napoli talent in the recent past, I suspect it's going to be really difficult for English clubs to get him now at his peak. But yeah, he is playing really, really well, and he's finding those goals for Napoli. And you have to say they go into the quarterfinals as a dark horse, and they will genuinely be feeling confident that they could go all the way in this season's Champions League.
Yeah, we have to say that based on their current form, and there are times that teams are dominating their domestic league but don't look the same when they take on European or top European competition in the Champions League. But we can't say that for Napoli. They've looked dominant, and they're playing with a lot of swag. You know, the confidence level of this Napoli team at the moment is remarkable, and it's the kind of attitude that can take them far.
Yeah, and of course an 18-point lead in Serie A. So, you know, not only dominant right now in the Champions League, but getting the job done, as you mentioned, Lance. And we have to remember that this match was overshadowed by the Eintracht Frankfurt fans, you know, getting involved with the police again. Last September, they got into police trouble, which means they would be banned for future games. Today again, they decided to light the police vehicle on fire, and it was a big blowout between police and fans. So, you know, Eintracht Frankfurt,
but they weren't given any tickets to go to the game, were they, today?
No, I believe because of what they would have done before.
Yeah, so they were barred from having tickets to attend the game. So they were outside of the stadium giving trouble.
Yeah, they didn't learn from the first ban.
Oh, not good. European continental football continuing on Thursday with second leg action from the Europa League round of 16. And let's take a quick look at the matches to be contested. Real Betis at home to Manchester United, who lead the tie 4-1. Sevilla going to Fenerbahce with a 2-0 advantage. Feyenoord and Shakhtar Donetsk, that's locked at 1-1. Freiburg trailing Juventus 1-0. Sporting 2-2 at the moment with Arsenal. Ferencvaros, they are trailing Bayer Leverkusen 2-0. AS Roma are going to Real Sociedad with a 2-0 advantage, and Union Berlin travel to Royal Union SG with a 3-3 scoreline. That's the aggregate scoreline at the moment in that second leg action in the round of 16 for the Europa League, and we'll be back with more on the SportsMax Zone after this.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.